The problem in most of the questions you will face is that they would not give you the value of r. They would not give you the value of theta. They would ask you to work everything in terms of r and theta, and so it will cause it to become a little bit more complex and simplification. Otherwise, you will use the same geometric rules. You will use the same formulas and everything, but you will keep it in terms of theta and r. So sometimes it can get confusing and simplifying. So in the same question right now as well, the the diagram shows a sector CAB. This is a sector, so this means that this and this would be the radius. So you have to identify these small details. This can help you out further. Which is a part of a circle with center C. A center with center, sorry, a circle with a center O and radius R lies within sector and touches at DEF. DEF. Okay. COD is a straight line and angle ACD is theta radians. COD is a straight line and ACD is theta radians. Find CD in terms of R and sin theta. CD is this complete thing, CD. We can easily find this because this is R. This would also be radius from here till here because it is the same circle, and this would also be R. And using this, we know this is a tangent, and then tangent is always, we can see it is just touching the circle at one point. So this line is the tangent, and tangent is always perpendicular to the radius. So this is something they did not tell you. So you assessed, you looked at this shape, you looked at this geometry, and then you assessed. You saw that this CF or AFC, this is tangent to the circle, so this would be 90 degree. And when it is 90 degree, now we can use SOHCAHTOA. So you can use SOHCAHTOA to find this length CO, and then you will add OD, that will give you CD. CD is CO plus OD. OD we already know it is radius R, and CO you will find out using a simple SOHCAHTOA. So I think you would use the theta, opposite, and hypotenuse. Okay, so sine theta is opposite, OFR upon CO. So CO would be equal to R upon sine theta. So this becomes R upon sine theta. So this is your answer, CD, in terms of R and sine theta. That's what they asked you to find. You got your first answer. It is now given that R is 4 and theta is pi by 6. Find the perimeter of the sector CAB. Perimeter of this sector CAB, the complete sector. So first of all, we can find the radius. We know that CD will be equal to CA, which will be equal to CB because all three are radius. So for the second part, we know CD will be equal to CA, which will be equal to CB, because all three of them are radius of a sector. And CD we have already found. Look, CD is R upon sine theta, so R is 4 upon sine pi by 6 plus 4. I am using this formula I made for myself. So that would be equal to, put your calculator in radian mode because now you're working in radians. 4 upon sine pi by 6 plus 4. So your radius is 12. And now they're asking you to find perimeter of the sector CAB. Okay. So radius. Alhamdulillah. This is the radius 12 CA. This is the radius 12 CB. And you need this arc length. And for the arc length, S is equals to R theta. So this is your theta, and this would also be your theta. This and this. Because of symmetry, this theta and this theta would be the same. So total angle would be, the total overall angle of the sector is pi by 6 plus pi by 6 is pi by 3. So now add arc length SAB, it is equals to R theta, which is 12 times pi by 3, which will be equal to 4 pi. So the total perimeter It is equals to 12 plus 12 plus 4 pi, which will be equal to 24 plus 4 pi. This is your answer for the perimeter of the sector. The length of this is 12, this is 12, and this is 12 times pi by 3. So then you simplify and you got this answer in terms of pi. In term Whenever it is written in terms of pi, so you don't convert into decimals. Okay, you keep it like this. This is your final answer. Don't convert into decimals. Find the area of the shaded in terms of. Okay, now this is looking a bit interesting. Okay. First of all, we can find. Okay, one more thing. If I only consider this part, this triangle, I'm only considering this triangle, I can find the area of this triangle and then I can subtract the area of the sector. I am calling this point, let's suppose x. So the area of CFX, you have to break down things for your convenience. So area of the CFX, the shaded part, that would be equal to area of the triangle CFO minus the area of sector. Sector is XFO. And then you would multiply it by 2. It would be the same for this part as well. So you are finding first of all the area of this part, and then you would multiply by 2 because both of these are symmetric. We know they are same. So area of the triangle, what we can do is okay, we know that this thing is half base into height. Can we use that? Okay, we know that this is pi by 6. So this much would be how much? Pi total. We know the total sum of angles in the triangle, it is 180, which is pi. So pi minus pi by 2 minus pi by 6. Right? I am subtracting from total pi, I am subtracting this angle and this angle. So that would give me pi by 3. So this is pi by 3. Now we have this as well. Now I can use half AB sine C. So area of the CFO triangle, it would be half A. This is your 3. Oh, sorry. R is what? R is 4. B is this height. A is this R. B is this R upon sine theta. We found this already over here. R over sine theta. And theta was this theta, okay? So 4 upon sine pi by 6 into sine pi by 3. I'm using half A, B, and the angle in between, sine of the angle in between, pi by 3. Minus the area of sector, half R is your 4 square and theta is pi by 3. And now you'll have to simplify this thing properly and you have to keep it in the exact form, not convert into decimals. So 1 upon 2 multiply by 4 upon sine pi by 6 multiply by sine pi by 3. So this thing is equals to 8 root 3. Use your calculator, look properly, it will save you a lot of time instead of doing everything manually. This is 8 pi by 3 fully simplified. And half r square into theta pi by 4 pi by 3 8 pi by 3. This is your answer for this part only. And the total unshaded would be twice of this. Sorry, total shaded will be total twice of this 16 pi. Sorry, 16 root 3 plus 16 pi by 3. This is your answer. Okay.
ठीक हो गया
Any
सर
question? So you have to analyze the situation, the figure out the figure properly, the geometry, and find for the most simplest
Sir,
method.
why is it plus?
What is it? What is plus? Oh, sorry, this is subtract. Yes, nice, nice, good, 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 good. This is subtract. Silly mistake. This would be subtract. Nice. Okay. So you can use symmetry. You can use angles in a triangle. You can use half a b sin c. There were other methods as well. You can have directly. You could have completely found this thing and then subtracted this sector. You will get the answer directly. So there are more than one ways. Okay, let's see. The diagram shows a symmetrical metal plate. The plate is made by removing two identical pieces of a circular disc of sorry from a circular disc with center C. Okay, the boundary of the plate consists of two arcs PS and QR. So this is your PS and QR of the original circle. Okay, and two semicircles. So this is a semicircle with PQ and RS as diameters. Okay, so this means this is the diameter. The radius of the circle with center C, it is 4. So this thing radius is 4 centimeters. And PS and RS. PS and RS also 4. PQ, sorry, PQ and RS. Both of them are also 4, 4. Okay, so the diameter of the semicircle is 4 and the radius of the bigger circle is 4. Show that the angle PCS. P into C into S. This angle we want to show that this is 2 pi by 3. Okay, I have got it. I've got the answer. Anyone else? Any ideas? If anyone else has anything. Yes, Ryan, anything. Muneeb, Mohit.
नहीं सर
नहीं हो रहा.
4 and
How would you show that this BCS is 2 pi by 3?
अच्छा वो भी 4 है और ये भी 4 है 4 एंगल तो ये वाला
Muneeb, mic है? Do you have mic today?
सर शो करने का तो समझ नहीं आ रहा लेकिन अब वो रेडियस 4 है नीचे बेस भी 4 है तो हम उसका दरम्यान वाला एंगल फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं अगर दरम्यान वाला एंगल हम फाइंड आउट कर लें
कौन सा वाला?
तो जो मतलब अब रेडियस हमारा 4 है ना सर
Yes.
तो अगर ये ट्रायंगल जो है अगर ये बनेगा मतलब एस आर और सी वाला ट्रायंगल इसकी सारी साइड्स 4 होंगी
Yes.
तो अगर हम इसके ये एस सी आर वाला एंगल निकाल लें तो वो तो निकल आएगा उसको डिवाइडेड
Which
बाय टू
of
कर
a
लिया
triangle this would be?
सर वो इक्वल साइज वाला आइसोसेलेस होता है
Equilateral.
इक्विलेटरल इक्विलेटरल हाँ तो उसके एंगल्स हमारे निकल आएंगे टोटल 180 होता है ना 60 डिग्री निकलेगा
Yes.
तो
That is 5.
60 डिग्री अगर हमने इसको देखें ये टोटल सर्कल ही था तो ये 180 के ऊपर अगर हम करें तो इसको डिवाइडेड बाय करके 2 मतलब ये एक ही होगा। दैट माइनस पाई बाय दैट माइनस पाई, पाई इज 180। पाई में से इसके इन एंगल्स को माइनस कर देंगे तो हमारे पास ये वाला एंगल आ जाएगा।
Yes, good, good, good.
यही लॉजिक बन रही है ना?
Yes, yes. We know that QC would be equal to CS, which will be equal to 4 centimeter. And so definitely QS total is 8 centimeter, which will become a diameter, a straight line. So the QCS angle will be 180 degree. And so if you have this right angle triangle, sorry, equilateral triangle, so it would be 66 60, pi by 3, pi by 3, pi by 3. So pi minus pi by 3 will get you 2 pi by 3. Good. Good one. Good, good, good. Do you get it? क्या नाम है अपना? Ryan. Do you get it? Muneeb.
Yes, sir.
Sir, can we do like since it's a circle, we can do 360 is equal to 2 pi and like 2
Mm-hmm.
pi by 3 times 3. So that would also equal 2 pi
2 pi by 3 times 3.
because it's divided into
How
3
how does
portions.
how would it prove that this is 360? You are getting this angle as 2 pi by 3. If you multiply this thing by 3, you will get 2 pi.
Yeah,
Yes,
which is
but
like,
how? But what is the background? Why are you multiplying it by 3?
oh yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm. You have to see that this is forming a right angle triangle. Oh, sorry. I saw sorry, equilateral triangle. And for equilateral triangle, you have 60, 60, 60, which would be pi by 3, pi by 3, pi by 3. And then you can find the other angle, this angle, by using a straight line. If in the exam you are not able to show this, just proceed with the second part. Okay, use the answer from the previous one they have given you. Use this for the second part. Okay, don't just stuck over there. Move forward. Find the exact perimeter of the plate. So you have two arc lengths and you have two semicircles. Two arc lengths of the same theta and two semicircles with the same radius. So perimeter will be equal to half the radius of the arc length, that is 2 pi by 3. Oh no, the radius of the arc length is 4. R square theta. Theta is 2 pi by 3 for both the arc lengths and multiply by 2 because there are two PS and QR. This PS and QR, both of them. Plus 2 times the two semicircle pair, this thing, what do you call this? Circumference of the semicircle. So 2 pi R, radius is 2 for the semicircles. 2 pi R is for the complete circle. You divide it by 2. So this and this cancel out. And then you simplify. This 2 and this 2 cancel out. 16, 32 pi upon 3 plus 4 pi, which would become 41 pi upon 3. No, no, no. 44 pi upon 3. This is your answer. Show that the area of the plate. 5 marks for the area of plate. Okay, okay, okay. How? You will have to break things down. Okay, okay. 5 marks. Area of the plate. How can you break this down? If I join these two, I am going to find half of it and then I will just multiply it, okay, by 2. Use symmetry. They told us that this is symmetrical, so I will just solve it for half of it and then multiply it by 2. So now this is a quadrant. What can I do? First, I can find this region. This is a segment, and this would be equal to the arc length minus the triangle. This radius is 4. This radius is 4. So the arc length. I'm sorry. It is the sector area of sector minus the area of triangle. Segment PS. It was like this. This would be the sector minus triangle. Sector would be half r square theta. Radius was 4 square and theta was 2 pi by 3. Minus the triangle. Half AB sine C. Alhamdulillah. AB sine 2 pi by 3. This would be how much? Minus 0.5 into 4 into 4 into sine 2 pi by 3. So this is okay. Now you will have to subtract. No. Now what? Now what? Now what? We know. We can find the area. What can we do? What can we do? Okay, we have this area now. We have found this part. Now we need to find this part. For this thing, I can first form a rectangle. This is forming a rectangle, look. For which this is the base. This would be 2. Was this the radius? Radius of the semicircle. And the height I will use SOHCAHTOA. For the height I can use Pythagoras theorem as well. Because this is forming a right angle triangle like this. This is 2, this is 4. I want the height. So 4 square is equals to 2 square plus height square. 16 minus 4 is equals to height square. So this would be under root 12. This is under root 12 and this is also under root 12. So 2 under root 12 multiplied by 2 for the triangle, for the area of the rectangle. For the remaining shaded, I am doing the area of rectangle, this rectangle minus the 2 quadrants, up and down. 2 quadrants. So area of rectangle. alhamdulillah, क्या हो गया भाई? Area of rectangle, base times height. Base is 2 and height we found 2 under root 12. Alhamdulillah. Minus 2 quadrants. Quadrants, the area of one quadrant is pi r square upon 4. The radius of the quadrant was 2. Pi r square upon 4 and multiply by 2. So the answer to this thing is okay. So what have we got? And then you would have to add it. Add both of them. 2 root 12 multiplied by 2 minus the two quadrants. Okay. So now if you add them both, you will get this thing, this answer, plus 16 to pi by 3 minus 4 root 3. Okay, we have got adding these two. We have got 10 pi by 3 plus 8 root 3. And we have found half of it, the left part only. So the right part of also would be the same because of symmetry. So multiply this thing by 2. This would become 20 root 3 plus 16 root 3. Oh, sorry. 20 pi upon 3 plus 16 root 3. This answer multiplied by 2. Wait a minute. Adding that this was 4 root 3. This became 8. Yes, it was 10 upon 3. 10 pi upon 3 plus 4 root 3. And then multiply by 2, you got 20 pi by 3 plus 8 root 3. Okay, so 5 marks. Got it? Any questions? Anyone? This one, if you take the first look, looks very intimidating. But let's see. First of all, the diagram shows a cross section of 7 cylindrical pipes, each of the radius 20 centimeter. Okay. Held together by a thin rope which is wrapped tightly around the pipes. The centers of the 6 other pipes are ABCD. Okay. EF. Points P and Q are situated where straight sections of the rope meet the pipe with center A. Okay. Show that the angle PAQ is equals to pi by 3. This is equals to pi by 3. We will have to show this. This we know this is 20. The radius was 20 or the? Okay, yes. The radius of each cylindrical pipe is 20. And this is also 20. And I think it would be 2 pi divided by 6 because of symmetry. 2 pi divided by 6. Because it's a hexagon, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, hexagon. Sure, but how will you show them? Okay, what can you do is you can join these right from one corner to another. This would be how much? It would be equal, right? This is 20, 40, 40, 40, 40. So 120. 120 centimeters. And this would also be 120 centimeters. This would also be 120 centimeters. And All of them are 120, 120, 120. Okay. Two pi by three. Pi by three. Yes, so this would be symmetrical. Yes. And this is 40 and 120, 60. This is also 60. This is also 60. This is as total. This is forming a, I think, yeah, 360 divided by 6. It would be pi by 3, pi by 3, pi by 3, pi by 3, pi by 3. So this would also be 60. So this is just the rotation. Yeah, so this is because of the symmetry in the hexagon, this hexagonal shape. They all of them, all of these sectors would be, you can see like this as well, where they are in contact with the rope. 60, 60, 60, 60, 60. So the total, if you add them up, this would become 360. Show that, but what would be the reason? Because of symmetry or something like that? Because of a regular, this is a regular hexagon. Each angle at the center is pi by 3. Okay, we will see what have they used for the explanation, or maybe they have use something else, but we know this would be pi by 3. I don't know what, how to properly show them this. If this is enough, let's see, but let's complete the rest of them. Find the length of the rope. Okay, so now the length of the rope, 4 marks. If we can find from here till here any one of them, and then we multiply it by 6, isn't it? 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this thing we know it is, this was pi by 3, so this would become pi by 6. The total was pi by 3, so this becomes pi by 6. Pi by 6, the radius is 20, and this is also pi by 6. And this would be how much? This is 20, this is 20, so this part is 40 centimeters, plus this arc length is r theta. R theta is pi by 6 times 20, which will be 10 pi by 3. And over here as well, this would be the same, 10 pi by 3. So the total for one portion, that is 40 plus 20 pi by 3. And this thing multiplied by how many sides? 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is the total length, total rope. Okay, do you get it? Any questions? Anyone?
No, sir.
Find the area of the hexagon. Hexagon A B C D F. Okay, this A B C D F. Okay, this hexagon area. So if we connect like this as well, like this as well, like this, like this, like this, the, okay, how will we find the area of the hexagon? This length is how much total? This will be 20, and this will be 40, and this will be 20. So 80, right? So if I can find the area of one of the triangles. This would be 20, and this is no, this would be 40 from the A to the center. This is 40. This is also 40 from the center to B, and this is also 40. So this is forming a right angle triangle. Sorry, the equilateral triangle. So this would be pi by 3. So you can do find the area of one of the triangles, half AB sine C, half A B, and sine of pi by 3, and then you multiply it with how many triangles do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Multiplied by 6. You will get the total area of the hexagon. A B C D E F. Okay. Do you get it? Any questions?
नहीं सर समझ आ गया बेटा।
Muneeb, Rayan.
No question.
Good. Find the area of the complete region now. Complete. If I can find the area of one of these, if I connect this thing completely like this and like this, and if I find the area of this part only, I can multiply it by 6. I already have the area of the triangle, this triangle in between. It is half AB sine C. So this area of this would be half A B sine pi by 3. And then you have to find the area of this shape over here. Now this is 20 radius, this is 40. So the area of the rectangle in between, it is how much? Plus 20 times 40. The area of the rectangle. Plus twice this was pi by, this was how much? We found this would be pi by 6 over here, right? When we divided the pi by 2 into 2. The total was pi by 3. And you divided it equally. So pi by 6 and pi by 6. So this is pi by 6. And over here also it is pi by 6. So area of one of these sector and multiplied by 2. So twice 1 upon 2 r square theta. This is complete for one of this shape. And how many are there? 6. So then you will multiply it by 6 to get the total area of this shape. Okay. And this thing multiplied by 10213.55. This is your final answer. Okay. Any questions, anyone? So look, how am I dividing the figures, breaking down into a more simpler defined parts, finding the individual areas or perimeters or the length or anything, and then going for the complete thing, adding up all together. So the questions are sometimes tricky for this topic. They're not easy, but it is basic geometry. So you have to identify, analyze the situation properly, see what do you have, what you don't have, and then you work accordingly. Okay, stopping the recording now. This was a good question.